Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, as you know, I'm always on the lookout for interesting cars. The other night I was on Facebook Marketplace, which does my head in, to be honest. It always gives me a bit of a headache. It's like walking into a TK Maxx, or, you know, if you're American, a TJ Maxx. I never really understood that, but anyway, it's like a jumble sale. It's an automotive car boot. You just never know what you're going to find. Anyway, I found a very cheap Ford Probe. Now, I've never had one of these cars. I saw them as a kid growing up. One of my neighbours had one actually, but I've never driven one, never been in one, certainly never owned one. So I thought, well, why not? Why shouldn't I buy one? Even though, and let me be clear about this, I've got no room and absolutely no purpose for a Ford Probe. But why not? It just sounded like a good idea. So I got in touch with the seller, who was a guy called Richard. So shout out to Richard there. Richard, as it happens, is a long-term viewer of the channel, so that was quite nice. When I was chatting with him, he told me that he had quite a substantial car collection, and this year he was trying to thin that out, so he wanted to get rid of some of his quirky cars. So I thought, right, I need to go and see this car, don't I, and see what else he's got. So I ended up buying the Ford Probe and a Rover 75. Don't ask. That'll feature in another video, so check that out if you like Rovers. I've paid £1,100 for this Ford Probe. It's a 1994, so it's like 31 years old. It's a 2-litre petrol. It's like a metallic red, like a maroony sort of colour. It's got pop-up lights. I'll be honest, that was the real reason I bought it. Who doesn't like a pop-up headlight? And it's done around 162,000 miles. So I drove to Halifax yesterday, me and my team, picked up that and the Rover, and I drove the Ford back, and it was fine. It was fine. It was quite nice, actually, to be in an old 90s car. The temp gauge had a bit of a mind of its own. It kept going sort of up to 3/4, then down to 1/4, then up to 3/4 again, but I assume that's normal. I don't know. It's not normal in a modern car, but this is 30 years old, isn't it? Things were different back then. So what I thought we'd do today is we'll head to my car park, I'll give you a tour of it, and I'll talk you through my plans with it. Overall, it's not a bad example, and bear in mind I paid just £1,100 for this. They're a really rare car, and I thought this would make a good starter classic for somebody. If I can fix this up, it needs a little bit of paint work, the lacquer starting to peel. Give it a service, you know, do various jobs to it. If I can spend maybe £1,000, maybe £1,500 on it, then for, I don't know, £3,000, somebody's got a really good, usable classic. So that's kind of my plan with it, but you just never know with older cars. They always have a habit of throwing up a nasty surprise or two. Now, before I agreed to buy this car, I did do a thorough vehicle history check using Car Vertical, and it all checked out clear. By the way, you really need to do one of these before you hand over any cash for a used car or motorbike. It doesn't take long and it isn't expensive, and it's cheaper still if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK. That's HIGHPEAK, all one word, HIGHPEAK, and you'll save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do. Let me show you how it works. All you need to do is go to carvertical.com, I'll leave the link below in the video description, and then type in the reg or the VIN. So let me show you the Ford Probe then. So as you can see, it was all clear, so it's never been stolen, never had a mileage rollback, no outstanding finance, and there's no recorded accident damage. So we're all clear there on all 4 fronts. If we scroll down a little bit more, it shows you the spec, the MOT history, the ownership changes, the reg plate changes, and it was all pretty good really. So that gave me a bit of confidence. I thought, well, for £1,100, I don't think I bought a bad example. If we scroll down to the most recent MOT, which was done last summer, you can see there are a few advisory items. It's had welding, it's been patched up, someone's undersealed it, which isn't a problem to be fair, as long as they're not hiding something. So we'll get it all checked over, and then we should be all right. But yeah, like I say, don't forget, if you're buying a used car or motorbike, you must do a vehicle history check first. There's so many dodgy cars out there, I'd hate for you to end up buying one. Yeah, don't forget to use my promo code HIGHPEAK for 20% off. Right, we're not too far away now, so let me go and show you my Ford Probe, complete with pop-up lights. Very exciting. You know what, I adore driving this S4. Such a lovely car. That 4.2 litre NAVA is just a gem. Combined with this 6-speed manual, which admittedly I occasionally forget how to use. It's just a real, oh look at that, look. We've got a Nagaro Blue S3. Matchy matchy. Twinsies. Right, I'm talking nonsense now, so I shall see you at my car park. Right, well there we go then. When was the last time you saw a Ford Probe? So rare, isn't it? So rare. Quite a cool looking thing, really. I love the pop-up headlamps. Not a big fan of the wheels, to be honest. Don't mind 3 spokes, but I don't like the sort of curved, it's very 90s, isn't it? I like the door handle. I hate the aerial. Someone's put an aftermarket aerial on it and it just looks offensive. Now it's a 16 valve 2 litre. It's got what looks like its original rear plate with the old font. Selwood South Shields. I imagine that's a Ford dealer, is it? I guess so. Wouldn't be my first choice of colour, to be honest. I think it would look better in a sportier colour, like a solid red or a blue or something. But still, can't have everything, can you? Now, in fact, I'll tell you what, we may as well do things properly, hadn't we? We've got a runway tyre, which looks quite old and cracked, on about 3 mil of tread. That needs replacing. The wheel, someone's tried to refurbish this themselves, I imagine. I can see brush strokes in it, along with the caliper there, and it looks a bit of a mess. So they need to be refurbished. Same story with the back. Got a little bit of rust here on the arch. Someone's tried to fix that themselves. Again, the tyre's cracked, so it wants 2 tyres straight away. Now, the worst bit about the paint is the front end. So we've got lacquer peel here on the bonnet, lacquer peel on the retractable lights, some bubble in here, more lacquer peel. Now, I saw this on the photographs, to be honest, but it did photograph better than it actually looks in real life. Got a non-matching front plate there. That front bumper has had a load of DIY repairs. You see the bog in it, can't you? That's not good at all. So it needs a whole front end paint, really. I mean, to be honest, the car would benefit from a full respray, but I don't think it's worth it financially. We've got another runway tyre on this side, which again is all cracked. That needs to be replaced. Some poor repair there on the wing, that's not good. Lots of little dents here, but I think they'd pop out. We've got some lacquer peel here. Again, it's starting to rust here on the wheel arch. And we've got a very old Cooper tyre on this side. So it needs 4 tyres really. Now they're only small. What size are they? 15s. So they won't be too dear, to be fair. I'm just, as I walk around this now, I'm thinking, how far do I go with it? Do I just give it a full service and a clean MOT and 4 tyres? Or do I really go to town with it? Not sure. Not sure. Let me get the key. I've left the key in this actually, haven't I? We've got several keys for it, along with a remote fob which doesn't work. Now bear in mind I've seen this car and I spent an hour and 20 minutes in it yesterday, so I know all about it. And it does drive very well actually. There's a slight sort of splutter and hesitation when you set off. So I think a full service and new, plugs and leads and everything would really help it. It's done 162. It smells quite doggy. I've just spotted some little dog hairs here, so it does need a very good clean and valet, and probably an odour bomb, one of those Avidox things that I get off Amazon. That would help it really. Don't know how you get in the back. The seats are in good condition. Quite a cool design, aren't they? And it is quite a nice clean car really. The electric windows work, the power locks work, the power mirrors work, so we're all good. Quite like the steering wheel that says Probe on it. Although at a quick glance it looks like Phoebe. Yeah, we're all right, I think. Have a look in the boot. Yeah, I'm just not sure how far to go with it. Oh, that can't be right, can it? Tried to open the boot and I've lifted off the rear light. How do you get in the boot? Oh, there we go. Christ, that's heavy. Right, we need some new boot struts, because you have to have the build of Lou Ferrigno to open it. We've got a parcel shelf, that's good. It's quite clean. It is all quite clean. Just need to stick down this rear light. This is a slightly bigger project than I thought. This is what happens when you go on Facebook Marketplace at night, isn't it? End up buying a big project. Still, I think £1,100 I think is cheap for one of these. So we need 2 new boot struts as well. They'll be 15 quid off eBay. That's not a problem. Let's have a look under the bonnet. I'm now thinking, just get this running right and replace the tyres, give it a fresh MOT, and I think leave it there. Because if I start painting it, it's going to owe me a fortune. There'll certainly be no profit in it anyway. So we've got a fuel injected DOHC 16 valve. Very good. It all looks quite quite clean and straight under here, to be fair. Chassis legs are fine. No sign of any front end collision or anything like that. It's all good. Right. Where's my bonnet stay? Let's have a look. I'd be very surprised if that's the original dipstick, to be fair. It's a bit strange. Oil looks nice and clean though, on the bright side. Yeah, that's definitely not the right dipstick for that car. Definitely not. I don't think I could turn up at Jimmy, my painters, with this car, because I think he'd laugh me away. It needs far too much work, really. Jesus. I think that's down, but I'm not convinced, actually. Front number plate plint's a bit loose as well there, but we can soon sort that. That's what I'm thinking then with this car. I think just keep the spend to a minimum. It's got quite a cool interior. This all works, the whole climate control and everything. In here we've got a radio code and a pen. Now we've got, I thought this was quite cool, we've got an original brochure. And it shows actually, I think they're the same wheels, aren't they? In the same colour, which is quite nice. 1995 edition 1. Always quite like an old car brochure. Then in here, there's no service history, but we've got a full book pack. Now, I can't show you this, but when I was looking at the V5, the logbook, the last owners had it since 2001. So the last owner bought it on the 27th of July, 2001. Got self-closed doors like a Rolls Royce. 2001, so he's had it for years. The owner before him, that lady had it for 3 years. So it's only had 3 previous owners, this car, which for a car of this age is unheard of, really. Down here we've got a ashtray, cigarette lighter. The gear gate has come away there, but that's no problem. We've got a digital clock. Should we fire up? There's a slight exhaust blow as well. Now I didn't hear that when I first started it yesterday, but as I drove back it got worse. There's something, you hear that? Definitely wasn't there when I got in it yesterday. Something's come away there, I think. Yeah, it's in 164. I put some fuel in it yesterday and it was fine. Like I said, turn down that. The temp gauge was kind of all over the place. It got as far as the L in normal and then dropped back down to the N in normal. It sort of just kept flicking. Oh, my bonnet. I think this car's haunted. My bonnet's just unlatched. But yeah, it is what it is, really. It's a 30-year-old car. It's a little bit like those NXs that I bought last year. They just need a bit of love, really, bit of TLC. It's not in bad condition, really, is it? I've bought worse. Headliner's all right. Got no air conditioning, but then things didn't have aircon in those days. I think something's come loose there. That's not quite right, is it? We'll knock that off for now. Now, normally, guys, I would say let's take it and take it for a spin. But with my bonnet latch the way it is and my blowing exhaust, I don't really dare. Traffic's always busy at the weekend as well. So disappointedly, I think I'll avoid that today. I'm going to get it down to my mechanic though, first thing Monday. I'll limp it down there and see exactly how much work it needs. Patch the exhaust, give it a full service, 4 tyres, MOT, and see what else it needs. So I shall keep you appraised. I think that's the best course of action with this, because I could just go way overboard, couldn't I? If by some miracle it gets through an MOT quite easily and quite cheaply, then we'll readdress the situation. Then we could treat it as some paint work. But I think if we can get it running right with new tyres and a clean MOT, somebody could buy this then as a good starter classic. I think that's probably the best direction to go in with this. Oh, I've not even shown you the best bit, have I? Now, because I'm a child, this is pretty much the only reason I bought this car. You ready? Watch this. Look at that. So we've got pop-up lights, which are the coolest thing ever. So yeah, £1,100 pair of pop-up lights, that's what I bought. Give me a couple of days then and I'll have an update for you. Let's leave it there for today, I think. All I can say really at this point is wish me luck. I think I'm going to need it with this one. Luckily, the Rover 75 I bought was probably the better buy of the two. So it wasn't a completely wasted trip to Halifax. Still, I've not given up with this yet. It might be all right. And we're back with my cheap Ford Probe. Now, after we last spoke, I had it brought down to my mechanics for a general check over. And the news is mixed. Actually, I could do with your advice. Let me know below in the comments what you do with this car, because I don't know how far to go with it. I don't know whether to go ahead with the work or not. So my mechanic checked it over. Now, bear in mind, I didn't drive it down here because the bonnet wouldn't close. There was a blow from the exhaust. I think all 4 tyres were shot. It does need quite a bit of work. So my mechanic has done me a nice little list. And when I say little list, I actually mean quite a big list. Here's what's wrong with it then. Offside rear brake lighting up. It needs a bonnet latch. There's some oil leaks from the engine. Exhaust blow from the manifold. Offside outer sill needs welding. Near side rear tyre cracking on tread. Rear brake disc worn. Offside rear tyre cracking on tread. Near side front tyre. Okay, so basically 4 tyres, which I knew about. Front brake discs and pads, rear brake discs and pads, and another exhaust blow, cat to the middle section. It's actually not too bad. Could have been much worse. Now, I always stress when my mechanic talks about welding, but she said it didn't need that much. It just needed a little patch. So, not the end of the world, is it? So I think by the time we've done the 4 tyres, done the brake discs and pads, sorted the oil leak out, given it a full service, I'm not sure how much that's going to cost me. I'm guessing maybe £800. So I'm half tempted to go ahead with it, but what would you do? Then, of course, we need to sort the bodywork out. But I just think if we can get this to refresh MOT with no advisory items, give it a full service, sort the tyres out, then we'd have a nice running and driving example, wouldn't we? I'm not sure, I just genuinely don't know what to do. I can't imagine the tyres costing that much, to be honest. And then after this, we could take it to Prestige Wheels and get the wheels refurbished, because they've definitely seen better days. It would look a whole lot better, wouldn't it? I know you're going to mock now, but with fresh tyres, wheels refurbished, fresh plates, obviously, even with the bodywork as it is, it would look a whole lot better, wouldn't it? I've just remembered I also need to order some boot struts and a new aerial. I think I'm going to do it, you know. You'll have to watch this space, I'm afraid. Now, unfortunately, the other issue is my mechanic's very busy at the moment, so this might be on the back burner for a month, maybe. I don't know. It's another project. I mean, on the upside, the Rover 75 that I bought on the same day as this, that's actually quite a nice car. That'll be ready much sooner. But this is a bit more of a slow burn, I think. But it's just too rare to not do, isn't it? It deserves some TLC. Right now, I mean, the whole sort of driving experience isn't great because you've got that blow from the exhaust, slight miss, and very sort of wallowy, wandering steering. But I think that could all be rectified with tyres and a full service. So I need your opinion, really. What would you do? Would you spend the £800 getting this through a fresh service and MOT? And some welding and exhaust and brakes and all that sort of stuff? Or should I sell it as it is? I don't know. I think we all know what's going to happen, don't we? I'm going to end up massively overspending on this, and then what? I don't know. Anyway, leave this with me then for a few weeks or months, maybe. By the time you see part 2 of this, there might be snow on the ground, who knows? Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll all be sorted in 4 weeks' time and we'll have a nice looking car. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update, and like I say, I could do with your advice, so let me know what you do in the comments below. And yeah, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.